The last spot I want you to check out is this rose bed that's just to the north of the entry to the display and trial garden. You're going to have to look around a little bit to find this, but what I want you to find is a rose hip. And here's an example of a rose hip down here. So it's the fruit that is produced at the base of roses. Now you'll see these plants earlier in the year were full of roses, but there aren't very many hips. And that's a result of the genetic structure of the plant. These plants are likely triploid, and I'll explain what that means another time in lecture. But for now, what it means is that the plants are essentially sterile, so if it's sterile, it's not going to be producing fruit. But once in a while, you'll get a fruit produced, and here we have one. It's called a rose hip. And we've seen structures like this before. We have the flower end and we have the stem end. And instead of this actually being a true fruit again, it's a type of a tissue called hypanthium tissue that surrounds the ovary. So inside this tissue is the ovary. So it's another example of what we call an accessory fruit. If we look inside, I have one that I cut open. We can see inside these whitish looking seeds, you might think they are, but those are the true fruits. And once again, those are achenes, A-C-H-E-N-E-S. You've heard that name before. So that's what's inside. A rose hip, high in vitamin C, sometimes use it as a medicinal spice where you can dry these down and make them into a tea. Now the better place to find this is actually in the display and trial garden. If you look at the roses there, you'll see some really nice rose hips.